How's it going, guys? Bring your platoon here, and welcome back to another great game in World of Tanks Xbox One. Xbox One edition. Clearly, I'm really good at commentating. Today, I'm going to be on a Tier 9 German heavy tank, the VK4502B. This thing is slow as shit. It takes forever to aim, but no more than a regular Tier 9 heavy tank. And it's got a good alpha gun on it. I really like it. Takes out... I'm just going to go down the gun stats. So, you get 246 AP pen, 311 premium APCR pen, and 65 high explosive pen, dealing 490 on every shot except for the high explosives, which you can deal 630 or higher or lower every penetration. Your dispersion at 100 meters is 0.37. Your aim time is 2.6. These stats also may differ in the console version. I am, of course, looking at tanks.gg, so apologies if they differ ever so slightly. Top speed is 30 kilometers an hour. Top reverse speed is 15 kilometers an hour. Health, you get 1950. DPM is much to be desired, but it is a super heavy tank, so you can protect yourself very well. Just shy of 2,000 DPM, but that's without any crew skills on and all that. Without a rammer, you know, all that good stuff. Got 400 view range and 15% fire chance. I would still recommend putting on, what the hell is it? Preventative maintenance and firefighting, just so you can use food for this vehicle, because I'm going to do that pretty much as soon as I can to try and 3-mark it, because I like it. It's a heavy tank. Doesn't have a lot of frontal weak spots, or really any weak spots, quote-unquote, in general, that you can pen with standard ammunition, and that's a lot of why I like the tank. However, when you do load premium against this thing, its front upper plate is 300 millimeters, and that's with no angle whatsoever. And if you angle that slightly, even Tier 10 heavy and medium premium rounds will struggle to go through that, being 350 to 380 millimeters of effective armor there. The lower plate is a little bit less armored than the upper plate, but it is still very respectable, angled at the same way, or without any angle. It's 270 millimeters thick, so standard ammo is not going to go through the front of this thing reliably. Even the turret is 265 millimeters thick on flat, or yeah, when it's directly in front of you with no angle whatsoever. Not much you can do about the turret protection. People will spam premium into that. Just try and wiggle your turret, and maybe you'll get an auto bounce off the side of the turret, or they'll hit the top of it somehow. But yeah, you turn your turret a little bit, it becomes a giant weak spot if they're shooting premium. And also, heat is this thing's worst enemy, because if they shoot it in the side, they can pen you pretty reliably. Even if you're like regular side scraping angles are fine, but they still don't hold up well against heat rounds. Yeah, don't overexpose your side angles, because people will pen them with heat religiously, and it's not very fun. Same thing for your mantlet, as well as your front upper plate, and if you're going to expose it, again, I recommend angling very well. Just basically give them a shot at your front at a very severe angle, and they'll bounce, and then that'll give you a chance to shoot back at them. The bad thing about this tank, 5 degrees of gun depression and 18 degrees of gun elevation. Not a lot you can do about that. You can, however, well, I guess if you aim down your tank, you're just equalizing your front upper plate, so that's unfortunate. Not a lot you can do about that horrible gun depression. But, despite the slow speed and terrible, what was I going to go on to say? It doesn't do very good against premium rounds. I've probably said that like at least 4 or 5 times now. It's very good for holding flanks, though, because of how well armored it is. And the situation I'm in right now isn't very good. If I didn't have premium loaded, I probably wouldn't have went through that Conqueror, unless RNG made my shot fly low. But its armor is very reliable. It really is, especially from longer distances. As long as Tier 10 TDs aren't shooting premium at you, you're fine. But, yeah, it can sidescrape against that, and as long as you bait shots from them, then it's really no trouble at all. Like, I didn't realize how bad the gun depression was until I had to face that face that Conqueror the way that I did. But yeah, disregarding that, it's still a good tank. But one negative that I really can't overlook is the DPM and how terrible it is. You fire once every 14 seconds. Hence why I have so much premium loaded on this vehicle. You can't really afford not to load it because if there's even a sliver of a doubt that you can't pen the target with standard ammunition, 246 pen, load the premium rounds. And even sometimes 311 will not be enough. Like if you're shooting a Badger or something and you're forced to shoot at the upper plate because of your horrible gun depression. But maybe a miracle will happen and you'll get that plus 25 RNG roll. You never know. But yeah, the aim time is a little shafty. I kind of biffed the shot there. Thought the T10 was going to move up a little bit more. He didn't, and I fluffed the shot. This thing is miraculous. Unless you get YOLO'd by a medium or light tank, then it kind of sucks dick because your turret traverse is 18, let's just round that up, 19 degrees a second. That's not a lot of speed. Not at all. Like, if you're tracked, your opponents will do circles around you. It's not great. You want to bring this thing to towns, you want to bring this thing where there's buildings, like what I'm doing in this replay, and just side scrape off of them, as well as use dead tanks for cover for your lower plate. But if you don't have that, and you're facing like medium tanks, they will DPM the shit out of you, and you will get your shit rocked. Luckily, I have a half-decent arty ally in this game, and he just dicks on anything that comes towards me, or anything that I spot, so that was cool. I'm genuinely surprised that I survived in this game for as long as I did, or even the entirety of the game. I'm like, okay, I'm still in the green for health, that's a good sign. Here's a T95E6. I'm gonna fucking spot him. And then he's gonna get shit on immediately by my RT, if I can speak English. And it's gonna be great. He's gonna shoot a heat at me, or is he? Nope, he's gonna shoot somewhere else. I try to get a free pen in, doesn't work. Oh no, he gets rocked by Artie. And what else is gonna hit him? Yep, the rest of my team. Well done, boys. And those tank destroyers were in our spawn the entire game, I believe. And if not the entire game, then like 90% of it. But despite how much premium I fired and how much of like no action I got a very good amount of damage, 4,100 if I'm rounding up slightly, and then 2,900 assisted. So that is 7,000 damage combined, and I'll take it. I will. It's a damn good result, especially for this tank, when you're slow as fuck and you can't really do much other than go where your team is. And even sometimes that's a struggle, depending on how many fast tanks you have on your team. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll catch you next time.